And we are live. How's it going, YouTube? And anybody who's inevitably watching this on Facebook. This is actually going to be a review on behalf of my good buddy Tyler Bertrum. He's a new pipe smoker. He is in the Air Force, currently stationed over in Afghanistan. And he's picked up on the pipe smoking hobby. And I was just sent him a message, I think it was about a week ago, and I said, is there anything on my channel that you want to see? Anything you want me to do a review on? And he said, yeah. He asked me if I had ever tried Hobbit's weed before, and not to be confused with the pipe weed series from JustForHim.com. This is actually made by the Tewksbury Company in Colorado. And I said that I had, and they said, well, I'll tell you what, I will send you 2 ounces of it as a gift. And I said, okay, sounds good. And in return, well, basically what we did is we did a deal where I would send, he was going to send me 2 ounces of the Hobbit's weed, and I was going to send him some stuff from the Just For Him pipe weed series. I sent him, and I don't know if he's gotten it yet. Tyler, let me know if you've got it or not. I sent him an ounce of the Shortcut to Mushrooms, which was actually the first English tobacco that I ever smoked, which I highly recommend to anybody who wants to try English tobacco. It's a great introduction. And then let him choose the other one. So he wound up with, I'm sending him an ounce of the Shortcut to Mushrooms and an ounce of the Tree Beard, which is a really good tobacco. And I will say, to a delight, somebody somebody had a small follow-up with ordering, because I actually now have 4 ounces, not 2 ounces, but 4 ounces of the Hobbit's weed from Tewksbury and Company in Denver, Colorado. There it is. That is a lot of tobacco. You can just smell on the outside of the bag. This is a cherry-based blend. It is actually, I tried to read the description on the Tewksbury website, and it said that it wasn't available. So I'm going to actually give them a call tomorrow, because I don't know if that's just simply they're out of stock or if they've discontinued it. But considering that they've had this for, yeah, I've got the website up right now actually. They have had, try to circumnavigate here, Hobbit's weed, here we go. Okay, I'm doubting that. It says that Hobbit's weed turns 40 years old today. I don't know if it's that's okay. So I would imagine that if they put this much esteem into this tobacco, then it's probably not discontinued. They probably just ran out of stock. That's what I'm hoping, because the whole point of this is Tyler wanted me to try this before he bought it himself. If that is the case, Tyler, if they've discontinued it, which I doubt, I'll just send you some of this. But in addition, I told Tyler that I have a surprise for him. They also sent a note on the receipt that said, we overlooked the adult signature charge, so we are refunding it to you. So I have back $5.20. And what I'm going to do, since I highly doubt that you would place a demand for me to ship $5.20 to you. What I'm actually going to do, Tyler, is, since you talked to me about wanting a different lighter. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to invest it in a pipe lighter multi-tool combo that I found, and I'm going to send that over to where you're at. So you got something that'll work both to tamp your pipe down, which is just as important, and also a decent lighter that should work out fine for you. So let's get this started, and I'm going to smoke it in my designated aromatic pipe, which is my Graybo pickaxe that my fiance gifted to me. I think it was either a couple of Christmases ago or it was a couple of birthdays ago. Both of which are in December. So, but I love this pipe, and I think this is a good selection to try the Hobbit suite in, because it's just so, I mean, even for a Dr. Grabo, and, you know, not being a long church warden or anything like that, it still has, you know, this really cool Tolkien-esque look to it. But it's a very chameleonic pipe. I mean, if you want it to look Tolkien-esque, it can look Tolkien-esque. If you want it to look, you know, just old world, looks old world. You put on a pirate costume, throw it in, it looks like a pirate pipe. So we're just going to pack it on the fly and give it a go. And I'm actually going to tilt the camera down a little bit to show the process for my buddies that for my buddies on Facebook that are trying pipe smoking, and for anybody on YouTube who's interested, I'm just going to show the process in which I pack my pipe. So pay attention, Tyler and Matt. Anyone else who's watching? Alrighty, here we go. Whew! Smell that cherry. The description of which I saw was that this is a burley and black Cavendish mixture, and it is then cased in cherry and vanilla, which, as we learned with the Cult Blood Red Moon, the vanilla works really well in helping to balance out the cherry, because a little cherry goes a long way. But basically what I do to pack my pipe is I start by, you know, I don't stick it in, shove it in. You know, I pinch the tobacco and drop it in. You know, it's a slow process, I guess you could say, but it's, you know, pipe smoking is not for people who are in a hurry. You know, it kind of defies the point. And I don't shove it in. You know, I just let it lay in, however it goes, and I fill it up to the brim. Then I grab my tamper, the tamper off my pipe tool, that's that part right there, and I pack it down. But I pack it down lightly, just enough to get it to the bottom. Then what I do is I do a quick dry draw on it. And what you do by doing that is you check to see that you packed it down enough that, you know, it's down deep in the bowl and you can add on more tobacco, but it's not clogging anything up. If it's clogging anything up, then, you know, you definitely want to fix that. So then I repeat the same process. Just grab a pinch, put the tobacco in, and do the same thing. Fill it to the brim, and pack it down. This time a little bit more press on it. This is actually the similar process to, you know, I learned how to pack my pipe and you know, all these techniques from the YouTube pipe smoking community. And part of this I learned from Cutlery Lover, and another part I learned from Jason Dagner. So that was a second, and I'm going to add a third time. I usually fill it about 3 times before it's good to go. And when I press down the second time, I press down just a little bit harder. And what I usually do, which I didn't do this time, was again after I press the second time, you know, take another dry draw off to make sure that you can still get air through. Alright, and the third press is significantly harder this time. And all I did before pressing it by touching it with my thumb is just evening out the way the tobacco is. Okay, that's a full enough bowl. Bring the camera back up. Hello everybody. And we're going to light it. Now, when you light the pipe, whether you use a match or whether you use the lighter, I don't got a fancy pipe lighter, I just going to use this black Bic. What you're going to do is you're actually going to wind up, I mean, you're going to relight. Relighting is inevitable. Ask any pipe smoker, relighting is inevitable. But what you do to get it, actually get it fired up, is you're actually going to start with what I don't know if this is the technical term, I think there's another term for it, but basically this is a false light. So, light up your pipe as you would smoke. And you're going to get it burning. And I don't know how well you can see in this lighting. I swear to God, Ultron lives in my webcam. Sometimes it's really bright in here, sometimes it shows up dark. But basically, you got some packed ash on, or it's not packed, but you formulate the ash. And you'll find it probably won't stay all that lit very well. But you want to puff on it just enough to get a formulation of ash. And then what you do next is you pack that ash down. So it'll actually form almost like a char cover. Okay, once you got it packed down, then you give your real light. You can see the whole top of that is just glowing red instead of glowing in certain pieces on it. Okay, so, it smells good. Burley and Black Cavendish are almost unnecessary in a lot of aromatic tobaccos. From Captain Black, of course, but also Old Shenandoah, which is Black Cavendish and toasted white burley, which is alright. I mean, it basically, Old Shenandoah to me tasted basically like a hot rodded version of Captain Black regular. This is good. Reminds me a lot of Blood Red Moon. Smoke's really smooth. You know, for being predominantly burley, there's really not a lot of bite to it. The casing on it helps. And you know, the cherry's not overpowering, which is a problem that I have with cherry tobaccos. I mean, like I said in my in the video where I was doing the Blood Red Moon review, I'm honestly not a fan of cherry tobacco. I think that a little cherry goes a long way, and sometimes it goes too far, if you ask me. But I think what I found to be the case with Blood Red Moon is definitely the case with the Hobbit's weed. That when you case it in cherry, but also throw in vanilla, the vanilla works as a nice counterbalance to the cherry. You know, because the little cherry does go a long way, but you don't want it to go. You know, you don't want it to go all the way. You know, you still want the tobacco to shine through, and the vanilla really helps on that. I'm not a connoisseur or an aficionado by any means, so a lot of times when I say I'm gonna bat the clouds away a little bit, a lot of times when I say I'm gonna do a review, the basis of the review is basically gonna be like, this tobacco, I like it. You should try it. So that would definitely be one of these cases. You know, if you're a fan of aromatics, I would recommend this. You know, and it does kind of have a neat little, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Novelty value, I guess you could say, being the Hobbit's weed, which actually useless trivia for you. But if you actually want to try what they were actually smoking in the Lord of the Rings movies, I did some research, and what they were actually smoking was Stockabee nougat. They had tried. They had been given a selection of tobaccos. The actors of the film did, and they kind of all unanimously decided on the nougat was their personal favorite. But no, I would recommend this tobacco. It's pretty good. You know, if you like aromatics, I'd recommend it. If you like cherry-based blends, especially if you like Cult Blood Red Moon, I would highly recommend this. So Tyler, give this a go. give this a go. Has my blessing, has my recommendation. If, of course, the Tewksbury Company is still, selling it, which I'll call on that tomorrow and figure out what's going on. If they're not selling it, I have 4 ounces of this tobacco. I'll just mail it to you. Or I'll mail some of it to you. So, yeah. Past 15 minutes. I'm on my webcam. I don't give a damn. So, yeah. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this bowl. I don't know. Maybe Lord of the Rings will be on TV. Before I go, I do want to give also a very special shout out to my good buddy SHAD RAC. SHAD RAC HEEYAH! And a very much and thank you for the shout out that he did a few days ago on his video. SHAD RAC, everybody on the YouTube community, on the YouTube pipe smoking community, everyone knows SHAD RAC. If you don't know SHAD RAC, you should know SHAD RAC. In fact, I'm going to post a link to his channel in the bucket below this video. This dude is awesome. He is the true personification of what the YouTube pipe community is, which is camaraderie and brotherhood and just love to the biggest extent. Much love for you, SHAD RAC. You're my brother, and I will take you up on that. At some point in time in this life, you and I are gonna hook up. We're gonna smoke down a couple pipes. We're gonna throw back a couple beers, and we're just gonna shoot the shit and have a good time. Why? Because I'm your Huckleberry. Alright, everybody. I think 17 minutes is a long enough time. I'll catch y'all later.